editor of RealClearMarkets.com, and he's a political economy editor at Forbes. We first talked to him on his other book, Popular Economics, What the Rolling Stones, Downtown Abbey, and LeBron James Can Teach You About Economics. His new book just came out. It's called Who Needs the Fed? Love the title already. How Taylor Swift, Uber, and robots can end the biggest bank in the world. John, welcome to An Economy of One.
Hey, Gary, thanks for having me on.
You know, I really enjoyed the book. You have, I don't know how to put it, a knack of writing that makes it very conversational and very easy to read and understand. So I really appreciate the work you've done and make sure we'll recommend that to everybody.
Thank you.
One of my favorite paragraphs in your book is in the middle of the first section where you talk about the Fed's enormous amount of prestige coming from a feckless political leaders, obsequious economists hoping to be noticed, and a clueless media. I had to highlight that and make a point of that. But they want to manage the economy and bestow easy access to the economy's resources on all of us. You say that the only serious actors set access to credit, and these actors would never be so adolescent as to want to fix prices, let alone waste their time at the central bank. The markets judge each of us individually without regard to what the overbought officials at the Fed think. And that's a very powerful paragraph. And my whole theme of the show has been essentially an economy of one. Now, talk a little bit about your thoughts from an individual credit standpoint as one of the themes of this section.
Well, as you well know, an economy is not a blob. It's just a collection of individuals. And that's why my book is so optimistic. The Fed is staffed with people who don't have a clue about why an economy would grow, trying to decree easy access to credit. But we see in the real economy that everyone's judged and it pays an interest rate based on, as though the Fed doesn't exist. I talk about Brian Grazer, easily one of the most talented movie producers in the history of the industry. Splash, A Beautiful Mind, Parenthood, Apollo 13, TV shows like Arrested Development and 24. But as he freely acknowledges, his attempts to access credit to pursue his film projects fail 90% of the time. You think about Silicon Valley. Supposedly credit's really easy there. But as evidenced by all the billionaire venture capitalists there, credit's very, very expensive. If you want to start up a business there, you're going to give up a big portion of it to a venture capitalist and even more in the form of stock options to potential employees. And so what we see in the real economy is there's no such thing as easy credit, and that's good. In the real economy, you must do something good to attain access to resources as though the Fed doesn't exist, and that's very healthy.
Now, I've read several economists say that all money is credit, and you kind of say the opposite. You mentioned that credit is not money. If credit isn't money, what is credit? Is it what individuals create in the economy?
Absolutely. If credit were money, Haiti and Honduras would have as much credit flowing through their economy as we do in the United States. And counterfeiting would not only be legal, but it would be encouraged. But credit is real economic resources. To paraphrase Ludwig von Mises, when you borrow dollars, you're not borrowing dollars to stare lovingly at them. You're borrowing them for what they can attain: trucks, tractors, computers, desks, chairs, most of all labor. We are the credit. We produce the economy's resources. This is not something the Fed or any government can bestow on us. It's what we create first. The Fed has no private stash of credit that it can release in the economy. Hence, it's mythical for people to say, well, the Fed is going to be easy and increase credit. It cannot do that.